Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you are all doing well. In today's video, I have a few different things to cover. What I'm going to be going over is the Robinhood challenge with my updates for this week. And then also I'm going to be telling you how I am making my stock picks in this portfolio so far. Let's get right to the video. If you guys are new here to the channel and just checking it out for the first time, I talk a lot about the stock market as well as my tips and tricks and insight into the market, and then I also go into a little bit about cryptocurrencies and other applications around the financial realm. So if that's something that interests you and you're looking to increase the size of your portfolio, then make sure that you subscribe to my channel and turn on that bell notifications to be notified for when videos are released. If you missed the last Robinhood challenge video, it was me investing $1,000 into the stock market, and that's really the basis to this challenge. So if you haven't seen that and you want to see the setup of the portfolio, I'm going to link that video in the description, and I'm also going to put a card on the screen right now so you can click over to that before you watch this one if you'd like. Just as a quick disclaimer to this video, guys, you got to make sure that you do your own research into stocks and invest at your own risk. Don't just blindly copy what I'm doing, but I do love sharing real time with you guys my portfolio and what I am doing. And if you do decide to make some of the similar investments because of my reasoning, just know that there is that chance that these stocks will go down as well. Now, there's one thing that I do want to cover, and I'll jump right into the app to start going over that. And today I did happen to have an issue with Robinhood and their customer service. For the first time, I've been an advocate for them in the past and spoke very highly of them, but today I had to experience them firsthand, and it was just a painful process, which is really a bummer because I do love using the app. So if I go over to my account history here, you can see that today, August 19th, I was charged $5 for initiating a gold upgrade, and then I was charged another $5 for initiating a gold upgrade. So for some reason I was charged twice. I reached out to their customer support team and didn't really have much luck with what we were trying to resolve the issue with. So it looks like my portfolio is doing worse than it actually is. I should be hovering around $1,118, and that was a great return for what would have been just a few days of doing the Robinhood challenge, but instead I'm only up a little bit with $1,103. Still, that's not that bad for the short amount of time that I've been invested, and today was a better day on the market than we have seen in the past, but it just sucks that I had to spend any money in general. And the reason why I did upgrade to gold was because I needed that immediate funds to be transferred. Because I put that $1,000 in a few days ago, it was locking me out at $30 today, even though I wanted to put in $100. So I had to upgrade, and then there were just those errors that came through. So that was really a bummer, but anyways, I didn't let it slow me down. I just ended up paying the $10 and took the hit there. Portfolio overall is still up, and let's just start going over some of those picks that I got. Now, jumping right into my first pick here, you can see that it is the ETF MG Alternative Harvest. And what that is basically an ETF for the cannabis industry. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me my thoughts on the cannabis industry and where I see it headed. And in my own opinion, I see in the near future a huge spike in the prices of different cannabis stocks. And basically, I was talking with one of my good buddies, Juke. Juke, if you're watching this video, shout out to you. So I was talking with him, and we kind of came to an agreement that we saw a trend coming in the near future, and that's going to be with the debates, you know, the politics and everything going on that's going to occur. Obviously, the talk about federal level legalization is going to come up, and that's going to, you know, start to show in the prices of these stocks, and we're going to have a reaction in the market from that. Now, what's interesting is you can see with the stocks, so it started off around where it is today. So it started off with an IPO of 25.68. It's now 25.98. So it's getting back to that IPO level. What I think we saw with these spikes here was that it was already taking into account that it will be legalized at some point in the future. And I think that time is closer to us than we think. Now, I think over time, this stock might drop a little bit more, and it might head back down towards the, I don't know, $20 range, say, but I still think it's a good time to get in. And overall, I think the industry as a whole is going to go up. And that's why I decided to go with an ETF rather than start investing in individual cannabis stocks. Now, there's some great options like ACB out there for individual stocks that are super cheap. That's hovering around $6 or $7 right now, last I checked. And basically, I think there's a lot of growth potential with these stocks, but I wanted to be as safe as possible. Now, if you don't know what an ETF is, an ETF is basically investing in a basket of stocks. Now, there's another company that is investing in all these different ones. And the ETF specifically, MJ, is covering all things cannabis. So whether it's legal companies or different pharmaceutical companies or anything in the cannabis realm, from manufacturing, what have you, it's all of the above. So this is kind of just like getting a piece of the whole pie, and that's what I like most about this portfolio. And also, it's going to be giving you a small dividend yield, but a dividend yield nonetheless. And you can see that my average cost is $26.01. So I'm hoping that in the future, this is going to rise a bunch. This is more of a growth pick for me. And if you guys know how I'm setting up this portfolio, I don't actually go with a lot of straight growth companies, but this one seems very promising in my opinion. Now, the next stock that I picked, I want to go over my thought process behind that. And I found this really cool website that lists out actually all of the Dividend Aristocrats right here. So this is pretty much all the ones that you can get. And if you don't know what a Dividend Aristocrat is, it's a company that has been increasing its dividend payment at a higher percentage over the past 25 years. So consistently, you can see that it has a proven backbone towards making payments on their dividends. And a lot of these companies are very financially and structurally sound. So these are some good choices to go with if you're planning on investing. Now I'm just going to show you what I ended up doing. So if you go to the PE ratio here, you go over to data and you go to filter. By the way, I'll put the link to this website down below. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but then you want to sort from smallest to largest here. Now, the PE ratio is the price to earnings ratio, and there are some key takeaways that you should know about this number. Now, generally, a high price to earnings ratio means that the investors are expecting it to be a good growth option in the future and thinking that it's going to grow at a good pace. Now, the current average PE ratio is roughly 20 to 25 times the earnings. So if you find something below that, it might be worthwhile in investing in. And also, companies that are losing money don't actually have a PE. Now, what a low PE can mean is that a stock could be undervalued. A lot of times investors will measure this in the way that thinking $6.9 is what you'd be willing to spend to get $1 back in earnings. And it helps to identify where you could see some growth potential. So after briefly diving into some of these stocks, I came across the A.O. Smith Corporation, and this was one that I went through some of their financial statements and some of their actual company overview, and I just felt like it was a comfortable and safe pick for myself. So now hopping right over into the Robinhood app, you can see that I bought one share at an average cost of $47.03. So I expect some pretty good things here. The dividend yield is a bit lower than usual, 1.78. But like I said, I did a little bit of research into this company and I felt comfortable with this pick. Now, I want to just cover another thing, and that is, I'm sure you all saw what happened with GE over the past week. Now, I did in the first video say that I had invested with them, and I had invested in 3 shares and got them for around, I think, $9.21. A lot of you reached out immediately after the news came out and were saying, like, basically, oh, you made such a terrible call. Why would you do this? All this stuff. And I mean, I was like, come on, guys. What am I supposed to know that GE is going to have this huge crisis the next day? But anyways, I didn't sell them because there was no reason to do so yet. And I was trying to break down what the reports were actually saying about GE. And if you are unaware, basically the whistleblower had come out and say that GE was billions and billions of dollars in debt, and they were trying to cover it up. And so this caused the stock price to drop significantly. Where was it? So I got in probably around August 14th. The price was around $9.22 when I got in, and then it dropped all the way down to as low as $7.90. And I almost bought back in at that point, but I hadn't gotten my $100 cleared to go into Robinhood yet. So then I ended up using the rest of my $100 from today to buy back some more stocks at GE. It's now stabilized around the $8.70 range because a lot of people were saying that this information that came out from the whistleblower wasn't as accurate as it seemed to be, and a lot of the analysts started backing GE. So I feel pretty comfortable getting back into this, especially because they're under fire right now and they are reacting appropriately and how they should be. And if that's the case and everything does work out and seem to be fine, I could see it hovering back around upwards of $9 because that's what it was before. It'll be interesting to see. I think their earnings are relatively soon. Let's see where their earnings are. Available 10th. Okay, so I mean they had their earnings recently, but it'll be interesting to see where that ends up. So right now we're looking at an average for my portfolio of about $9. So still high compared to what it is in the market, but we did see a good recovery. Now, just to look at my portfolio as a whole right now, I'm sorting it by total return. So you can see that realty income still is the best for my portfolio. You can see a lot of these are positives with just a few negatives, and it really does, the positives are outweighing the negatives at the moment, which is awesome. I know it doesn't reflect in my overall portfolio, but like I said in the beginning of the video, this was because of the gold error that was happening on my account. Really wish that could have been resolved, but I guess not. So yeah, basically that's it. Like I said, I'm gonna link that article that I found the information on the Dividend Aristocrats down below if you want to check that out. I'll go more into depth about some of the other picks that I choose in the future, so stay tuned for those Robinhood challenge videos. And if you guys did like this video, make sure that you leave a like on this video and you comment and tell me what you guys are investing in yourselves. I'd be eager to know. Any of the support you guys give me is awesome. I love getting your messages on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever. Just any of the support you guys have been giving me has been great. And it's very humbling to see the subscribers kind of trickling in over the past couple of days. So keep it up, guys. Thank you for the support. I look forward to releasing more content for you.